Okay, hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the first day of my new edition on this channel. I'm super excited. So I kind of got inspired, not just from the fact that next month is October, but because I always wanted to be versatile with my channel. Unfortunately, like I can't do certain things that I'd like to do on this channel just because I'm always getting copyrighted. But I always wanted to be very versatile and bring something to the channel that like not only I enjoy doing but that other people enjoy as well. And one of those things that I've always enjoyed is watching horror films and reading like horror novels and stuff like that. So one of the books that I like grew up loving was like an urban legend book, and I thought this would be the perfect time of year to bring that book out. So that's what this new edition is gonna consist of, just me doing like 1 minute urban legends. If you guys like it, please comment, like, and follow me on all my social media. Okay, so let's get into this. The first urban legend we're gonna do is pretty wide known. If you don't like, if you haven't heard of this, well then, here we go. Here we go. So it's called The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. Now this story starts with, of course, our babysitter, and she is taking care of these kids. There was also a film based off of this, in case like you guys are tripping out thinking that you might have seen a movie on this. There was a movie on this, I mean based off this, so yes, you're not insane. Anyway, so our story starts with this babysitter, and she's babysitting these kids, for the night. Now everything's going all smooth, all fine. She's on the couch watching Netflix, eating popcorn. Then she gets a phone call, right? So she goes, picks up the phone, and then there's a creepy voice coming through the line asking her if she's checked on the children. Children are supposed to be sound asleep in bed, dreaming of Build-A-Bear, like they're supposed to be upstairs asleep past their bedtime. And she knows this because she's put them to sleep. So then, anyway, he calls, he asks her, like, oh, have you checked on the children? And she kind of gets freaked out because she's like, what the heck. But this is a story based also too in the 1970s. So prank calling was just the norm. So she brushes it aside. It creeped her out definitely, but she brushes it aside. Then she continues to get these phone calls, and he continues to ask her the same thing, as if almost like he's watching her from the distance. So then she gets freaked out, as anybody would, and she calls the police after a few times of him doing this. So she calls the police, and they tell her, okay, like just do us this favor, and the next time he calls, try and stay on the line longer so we can trace this call for you and see like where this person is calling from, etc., etc. So then the next few minutes go by, and she gets another phone call asking her the same thing, and she continues this conversation so that the police can trace him. And within a few seconds of that phone call ending, she gets a phone call right back from the police telling her frantically to get out of the house because they traced the call to her upstairs, to the upstairs extension phone, where the caller eventually was found, and having already murdered the children and poised to attack the babysitter. Now, this urban legend was widely told since the early 1970s and was especially popular among teens who babysat, which is really scary. Like, what the heck? And then it says this legend was developed in the 1979 horror film When a Stranger Calls. and it's sort of like the killer in the backseat and the choking Doberman. So florists have suggested that the death of the children in the babysitter's care represent her ultimate failure as a future homemaker and mother. The killer's positioning upstairs is said to be above the female sitter, which signifies the traditional dominant role of men in sexual power and relationships. But you know, I always think it's crazy to me how like like I don't want to say novels. I guess in English, like they always think that there's or add, how should I say this? Add so much symbolism to things. Like it's crazy. Like it could be the simplest thing, like a wall being red, and they'll add so much depth and meaning to that wall being red. It's just crazy. But that is the story of the babysitter and the man upstairs. If you guys haven't watched those films that are based off of this urban legend, you definitely should, because they are pretty scary. Pretty scary. And then if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to be doing these like 1-minute urban legends like from now on, and I'll go ahead and make this into like a little playlist on my channel, so stay tuned for more, you guys. Okay, bye.